everybody, welcome to the 𝐂𝐴 Way. I'm Jessica.
I'm Emily.
In today's video, we are going to do a reflection of our homeschool year. So we have kind of like some questions that I'm going to ask Emily, and she's also going to share some of her favorites with us. And this will be reflecting back on our 2024-2025 7th grade homeschool year. What was the coolest topic you learned about this homeschool year?
Probably mythical creatures. I had a lot of fun learning about all the lore and stuff.
And what's so crazy is that wasn't even a planned topic. Like, we went to a Renaissance fair as a surprise, and Emily loved it. And so we kind of like dove into mythical creatures and read Impossible Creatures because you had gotten that as a Christmas gift.
It was really good.
And like that one book and that one field trip springboarded this whole interest-based unit study. And then that was your favorite of all the things.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun learning about all the different mythical creatures and stuff.
The thing I didn't even plan, you guys. Go figure. What was the most memorable field trip we took this year?
Probably our road trip, because we went to so many different places and did so many things. Went like on our giant road trip and all.
Well, yeah, that was like a month-long field trip.
Well, yeah.
So we went to Badlands, Devil's Tower, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, the Utah Mighty Five.
Black Hills, right?
Yeah, the Black Hills area.
I love the Black Hills. That was really good.
So, I mean, yeah, of course that was the most memorable. It was a month-long road trip to like 8 different national park sites.
Well, you can't get much better than that.
Did anything surprise you about this homeschool year?
I'm going to be honest. It's probably math, because I've had a hard time with it. Like, I've tolerated it, but I've never loved it. And I really enjoyed this one. Okay,
so to give a little context in case you're watching this and you're new, math is Emily's least favorite subject. It has been probably for forever, as long as I can remember anyway. We have tried a lot of different things over the years, a lot of different things. Other than the year that we just did game schooling and just played games, I would say this was definitely our most successful year for math. And I think we owe a lot of it to our curriculum. We found one that just works for her. And what is it?
I'm doing Denison, like Denison math. It's really fun. He's funny. He explains it in a way that I can grasp it, and I really, really like it.
I also think the fact that I'm not the one teaching it helps me and her class when it comes to math. And she gets the video component as well as having to write it because of the way it's set up. You take like guided notes during the lecture, and so that worked really, really well. Like, it helped it get in her brain and stay in there. So this was definitely our most successful math year.
Definitely.
So I'm glad to hear you say that that's something that surprised you, that you actually halfway enjoyed math. What was the hardest part about this homeschool year?
Definitely homeschooling with hormones.
That might be an understatement, you guys. Hormones and homeschool
do not go well together.
And we have like a double. One's entering, one's starting to exit. We're sort of kind of sinking. It made for a very interesting year. And it made me very, very thankful that we homeschool.
Definitely. Because
we could adjust. If symptoms were heavier, we could, do a little bit less. If symptoms were lighter, we could adjust expectations. And, it made me very, very thankful that we homeschool. But it was definitely a hormonal homeschooling roller coaster, to say the least. What are the top 3? You have to narrow it down to 3.
Okay.
What are your top 3 things that you are the most proud of doing or completing or achieving this homeschool year?
Well, my first one is probably writing my very own book.
So she wrote The Weasel Wake, which is animal lover Ivy Fox finds herself plunged into a series of mystery murders in her hometown of Jackson, Wyoming. She actually wrote this on Google Docs while we were on our road trip. Like, she got inspired and wrote a book.
It was really fun, and I actually used some of the information that I picked up from our road trip and all the things I learned and incorporated it into my book. So I really had a lot of fun writing it. And I'm just so happy that I actually got to publish my first ever book.
And she was really proud of herself for finishing it.
Yeah, this is my first ever finished book.
Yeah, because she's started a lot of projects over the year, but never And even if you finished them, you had never like edited them and taken
Yeah.
them to completion. So that was something you were really proud of. Okay, that's number 1. What's number 2?
All right, number 2 is finally getting my orange belt in karate. So I've been doing my best to stick with it for a while. And finally I got my orange belt and I'm super excited. So.
And that wasn't easy because we missed a lot of classes.
We really did.
Between our month-long road trip and then being so sick at the beginning of this year.
And all the techniques just kept flying out of my head, so I had to really keep retaining all of it. So I'm really excited that I managed to get through testing and get my belt.
Yeah, she worked really, really hard for that one. I was proud of you for that too. Okay, so that's number 2. So what's number 3?
Winning every like archery competition I did, and by winning, I mainly got like first place.
No, you did. She placed first in every single archery competition we competed in this school year. Every one. And some of those were more difficult than others.
Yes, with like the trashy shots and how now I'm actually back a stake where I'm shooting with the women's instead of the Cubs.
Yeah, so she is considered youth, so she's not classified with women's, but based off of her age, she shoots from the same stake. So she's a better shot than I am. She's now officially at the same distance as me. So we're a little competitive sometimes about that, and she is hands down better than me. What is something that you would like to see us do more of next homeschool year?
I would love to play more games.
I have a feeling it wouldn't ever matter how many games we played. That would still be the thing you wanted more of.
Yes, we need games.
Like,
Games make the world go round.
I feel like I could read aloud to you 8 hours a day and play 10 games with you every single day.
And it still wouldn't be enough!
And you would still be like, I want more read alouds and more games.
Well, it's just who we are.
So, that's okay. I will make sure we get even more games in. Are you ready to share some of your favorites?
Yes.
So what was your favorite thing that you read this year?
Alright, so I didn't expect I was going to like it that much, but I love The False Prince. I love the twists, I love the turns, and I love the character and like the development. It's a lot of fun to like read or listen to. I listened to the audiobook. I think the voice is really good, and I like Mott's voice. He's got a really good voice, which is one of the characters in the book.
And the reason that she read this book was because it was her book club pick, because it's not one that she would have read. Like, I even read her the summary, and she was like, yeah, like, she just really...
Because it's just, like, orphans that are, like, chosen to be the prince, and I'm like, no
She
thanks.
said it felt kind of like it had already been done, right? Like, it felt kind of like King Arthur-like. And she was like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, well, it's a book club book. You have to read it. And then it ended up being her favorite one. So thank you, Miss Mary, for requiring this book. Because
Yes.
you picked Emily's favorite book this year.
Like, I think I stayed up almost all night trying to finish it.
You did. Yeah, you definitely did. Favorite thing we played this year? So, like, your favorite game?
That's going to be Dragon Slayer. I got this game for Easter, actually. It's fun. It's... I would say it's fast.
Yeah,
it can be long.
It plays in like 15 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. So the night that it felt long was because we played like 10 rounds.
Yeah.
It's a dice game, so we know that that's a win with Daddy,
Yeah.
which any game that we can make Daddy happy with instantly makes us happy because we'll play just about anything. Mm-hmm. So, and then it was dragon themed.
And I love dragons.
And if you can't tell, this was like the year of magical mythical creatures. Some of the, because I know you have more than one, a few of the favorite things you crafted or created this year.
Alright, so I'm going to start with clay. I've been really getting into that lately. I've been doing it while Mama reads aloud to me. I really love it. So this is Whisper, my fox.
So she's using polymer clay. We use the one that you would bake, not air dry.
Mm-hmm. This is Sandy the seahorse, one of Whisper's friends. This is Henry, who's a hedgehog. Might be a little hard to decipher. This is also one of Whisper's friends. And then we have Oscar the owl. And this is a dragon eye I made when we were doing like mythical creatures and stuff.
Let me try to hold that a little further. It's a little dark. Let's see if we can. So she did that one while we were doing our impromptu mythical creatures unit study. Okay, you have one other thing I know you wanted to share that you crafted or created.
Yes. So, this is like a steampunk Irish, it's like St. Patrick's Day. And when I was doing his beard, I was like, this
You get the other one.
This looks like Stoic the Vast from How to Train Your Dragon. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on, but he's not a Viking. He's like steampunk. So I named him Stoic the Punk. And then this is my Valentine's Day one.
So I bought a set of 12 because we did these at Christmas. They're like holiday gnomes, and they're just I guess ceramic or plaster, and they're white when you buy them. And I bought a set of 12. Well, I bought 3 sets of 12. And they have like one for every holiday. So there's a New Year's one and a Valentine's one. This one is the St. Patrick's one. If you look close, you can see the shamrock on his chest. We have Easter ones, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween. There's one for every holiday. There's 8 holiday ones, I believe, and then there's one for every season. So there's like a spring, a winter, a fall, and a summer. What did I miss? Summer. Yeah. And so we have like gnome painting parties is what we call them as a family. It has probably become one of our favorite family pastimes.
It's very enjoyable for me, and I feel like I get to put a lot of creativity into them, which is really exciting. Like, if you look on my Valentine's Day one, I did like little patches on the hat. I went a little crazy on that one.
And what's so cool about it is because I bought 3 of the same kits.
We can all like show like, so the Valentine's Day one, you did something like
I'm
Valentine's
a
Day
traditionalist, so my Valentine's is very pink and purple. My Easters are pastels, and
then Daddy goes all out creativity and blows ours out of the water.
Normally, yeah. And so like we all have our own unique take on them, but we sit down, Kevin pulls the paint out for us, and we just pull brushes and paint, and we spend a good couple hours painting our gnomes one night, and then we put Mod Podge on them the next day once they've dried. And so now I have so far half of a year's worth, because we still have another half of a year to finish because we started in January.
Yeah.
Of all these little gnomes packed away that I'll get to pull out year after year. And like I said, we each paint one, so we have 3, and they're all the same starting ceramic, but they're so different. Like,
they really showcase all of our personalities, I feel like.
They do. And I also feel like all of us have really like grown as painters as well.
Artists.
Yeah, because like that was not something I was good at all, because some of the features can be really small. And you have grown a lot at overcoming some of your perfectionism by doing it, because nothing's ever perfect.
It's very hard, I can tell you that.
Yeah. But it's been a fun family thing. So if you're looking for something fun to do in your family, I will link those, because that was something we've really enjoyed. So your favorite thing that you and Daddy built this year, because you and Daddy do STEAM once a week. Y'all are constantly building different things, from subscription boxes to Legos to all kind of stuff. So what was maybe your top favorite or the coolest thing that you guys built?
Definitely this crossbow. It really looks like a Nerf gun, and it's really cool. Should I shoot it?
Yeah, go ahead. Just shoot it over the camera so you don't knock it over.
Oh, wow.
That just shot like halfway across the house. So some of their favorite subscription boxes are the Kiwi Crate Eureka box, the Crunch Labs.
We really love the Crunch Labs.
And the Hack Pack, which Hack Pack is by the same creator. It's just
like tech and like
robots
and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
it has coding and moving parts. But Crunch Labs is the one that we've stuck with the longest. It's probably one of their favorites. And I have to admit, they've built some really cool things. The crossbow, you've done, what else did you, like disc launchers.
Like trampoline toss?
Oh yeah, trampoline, skeet ball kind of thing. A domino, this little like, oh, that was the Hack Pack, but still, it was like this domino machine. It set the dominoes up.
And it put them perfectly, and as soon as you hit it, all of them went down. It's so cool.
Yeah, so they've done some really neat things this year. The last thing is the favorite thing, or your favorite thing that you wrote, because you love all things words and language, and you're constantly writing. Well, I mean, obviously you really love that you wrote your book, but give us one thing that was your favorite that you can share.
All right, so I wrote this poem for book club. It was for the book Good Different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the main character has like autism, and she likes to write poems and stuff. So one of the tasks, we didn't have to do it, but I definitely wanted to do it. We can make a poem. So I made a poem about dragons. Dragons slither, dragons climb, dragons fly throughout the sky. Dragons speak, dragons growl, dragons scowl at the ground. Dragons hot, dragons cold, dragons come from stories old. Dragons nice, dragons mean, dragons try to never be seen. A flame, a spark, amidst in the dark, I am a dragon at heart.
And of course, that is her favorite because again, we come back to dragons.
Of course.
No, it really was awesome. And the crazy thing was she wrote it in like 10 minutes because I might have forgot to tell her that they were going to be writing poems and book club was starting in like 15 minutes and I logged her in and I was like, oh, Emily, I forgot. You can share a poem for book club this week. And she's like, oh, okay. And she comes back out 10 minutes later and she reads it to me. I was like, that's really, really good. And you did that in under 10 minutes. That's fantastic. So that was really cool.
It's a really good poem and I love it so much.
Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with us, reflecting on our last homeschool year. And if you have any questions for Emily, leave them down in the comments and I will let her answer them.